and welcome back everybody to this franchise mode episode. I hope everybody is doing well and is healthy. I unfortunately have not been quarantined. I'm still at work. I get all the bad luck. No, obviously that's not true. I'm doing very well and I'm happy to be able to still continue going to work and living a relatively normal life, although of course everybody is on a bit of a lockdown once you get done with work and things. But unfortunately it doesn't mean that I have any more extra time to be making YouTube videos or anything. I do, however, in the next few days have a little bit more time, so I should be able to, the next couple of weeks, release some more regular videos. I've got some more ideas as well that I've been dying to get to. I just haven't been able to do so yet, but I think with this little bit of extra spare time I've got, you know, just a few days free, not actually really anything to do with the current situation, just coincidentally linked to it slightly. So I've got a bit of extra time. I'll be making a few extra videos, and in this week's episode, we've got one game, basically, just one very long game. We're playing the Falcons in week 7 away from home, then we've got a bye week, and then we're playing the Falcons in week 8 at home. But that's basically it. We just play the Falcons. Now, I don't know who that benefits in terms of the return game. I was thinking about this as I played. I've been thinking about it since. I think whoever wins first is in more trouble the second time because, you know, as they say, you've got nothing to lose. You already got beaten once and you've got to improve more. The team that wins, you're more likely to rest on your laurels and think, right, we know how to beat them. But that other team is going to be doing everything to change their playing style and change what they did to beat you the next time. So I'm interested to see how this works out. I think this is the first time ever. More importantly, within a space of 4 weeks, we'll only be playing 2 teams, as once we're done with the Falcons, we'll be playing the Saints again, who we played last time before we played the Falcons. So it's an interesting stretch. Also, I don't know if I mentioned it at all, but our troubled second-year player Raheem Lindsley has returned from suspension. He was, of course, at the end of last season suspended indefinitely as he had repeated troubles with substance abuse, but he is back right now. It'll be interesting to see how long he sticks around because, of course, right now Vita Vea is playing better than ever before because he's in his contract year and trying to win a big contract that probably we're not going to give to him, but he knows somebody's going to pay him if he plays well this year, so he's been playing pretty well. We've lost only one game this season. The Falcons are at 2-3 compared to our 5-1, and this season, for the first time in a long time, we are an offensive powerhouse. We are an absolutely incredible team when it comes to moving the ball on offense. We're not doing bad defensively, but a little bit worse than you usually with the top-ranked defense, worst-ranked offense. This time with the top-ranked offense doing a little bit worse on defense, but not badly whatsoever. We're on a current streak of interceptions as well, so let's see what happens in this first of 2 games against the Falcons. So the Falcons, the home team, and kicking this game off to the speedster Wilson, who's not really had much of a chance to show anything yet in his rookie season. One of the fastest players in the NFL settles for another short return there as Darius Geis was weaving through some traffic there, managing to pick up about 4 yards, and then it sets up a 3rd and 8. Now Watson, with some time in the pocket, manages to miss Mike Evans there, throwing behind him and hitting a defensive back. Lucky that wasn't picked off as Matt Ryan looks for Julio Jones to pick up a 1st down on 3rd and 8. Matt Ryan, plenty of time in the pocket right now. Absolutely no pressure from a 4-man front. Steps up in the pocket, releases and finds his receiver, or rather tight end, downfield. That's Ricky Seals-Jones on the reception and the 1st down. 2nd and 13. We get a stop, setting up a 3rd and 16. And it's a completion there to this guy. I don't know who he is, wearing the number 3. I don't know if this is the Falcons version of Taysom Hill, but we managed to get the ball back. They didn't get a field goal, they didn't get anything, so the game is tied at 0 apiece, but we're now here inside the 30-yard line to the 25, but just settle for a field goal. So now the Falcons have the ball back, looking to go again that direction to the right side, getting a completion, not too often going left. Of course, that's where Julio Jones is predominantly stood. That's where we're focusing defensively. A flag there after a pretty good run was a face mask, gives them another 15 yards. And now looking for Julio Jones to the right side, coming across the field for a touchdown. Levante David was there in coverage. He shouldn't have been. He was trying to help. I don't know who was responsible for him. I think it was Murphy Bunting, who you see in the background doing nothing. So the Falcons lead 7-3. Now Darius Geis with a lot of space, making a man miss. Darius Geis was probably thinking touchdown until True Font came into the picture out of nowhere and stopped it. Now on 1st and 10, looking for Chris Godwin at the sideline, making the catch at the 11-yard line. A 26-yard reception and a great one at that. Now at 1st and 10 from the 11, Watson running back, Wanted to, I think, let go of that ball at the end, but takes the sack. 2nd and 30 now. In trouble again and sacked again. We've made it this far into the game without a single sack. That's 2 in a row as Watson drops back. It's bad blocking and he takes a 3rd sack. We've gone from the 11 to the 43-yard line. That is ridiculous. Of course, we punted it away and now Ito Smith fighting through some guys there and picking up a nice chunk of yards. 3rd and 14. Matt Ryan, time in the pocket right now, but then Noah Spence closing down, gets the sack, and that'll stop that drive. 4th and 16. So a 4-point lead for the Falcons, but the Buccaneers have the ball back. We're looking for Scott Miller, who's just been making more and more of a name for himself in this offense week after week, as we go here to Chris Godwin on the underneath, who comes back inbounds for an extra 2 yards or so, but took a pretty big hit for that. 3rd and 4, looking down the sideline for Godwin again, but it's not thrown out far enough, thrown too far inside, and Isaiah Oliver is able to pick that one off with the interception that gives the Falcons the ball back again with this 4-point lead with 2 minutes left in this first half, and Calvin Ridley picks up a 1st down with that catch. 1st and 10 from the 28-yard line. Matt Ryan again with this time in the pocket, but dumps it down short to Ricky Seals-Jones, and Justin Evans knocking the ball out of his hands, but unfortunately the fumble goes out of bounds. And now looking to Seals-Jones again, and right now the offense is running a lot through this tight end, and we need to start stopping him, or we need to do this instead. It's a cornerback blitz. Carl Davis, Levante David didn't want to pick it up, but Davis picks up his own forced fumble for a turnover in a key field position with only 26 seconds left. Going play action, Watson rolling out, a little bit of trouble, but throws it across the field. A crazy decision, but it's Chris Godwin with the catch at the 10-yard line. 1st and 10, 15 seconds left. Godwin just not able to make that catch. Almost picked off on the deflection, actually. Now looking for Mike Evans, who's just out of bounds with that catch. 3rd and 10, 6 seconds left, 5 seconds left. Looking for Godwin in traffic between 2 defenders. Chris Godwin makes the catch for the touchdown and gives the Buccaneers it will end up being a 10-7 lead going into this second half, and starting with the ball here, taking a sack. And you may think, how have we got the ball to start the second half when we got the ball to start the first? Well, there was a small connection problem, but don't worry, we are not making the most of this extra possession whatsoever, just trying to fight for a little bit of space here to punt the ball from the 4-yard line instead of the 2. So now the Falcons rightfully have the ball. I'm not pretending we did that on purpose. It was terrible offensive play, but Ito Smith there with a spin move to get away from Evans and making a couple of extra guys miss. But on 3rd and 1, they went for a quick pass to Calvin Ridley. That didn't work out. Watson again in some trouble, but this time uses his legs. He doesn't do it enough in this offense, but he can when he wants to, and he runs there for over 30 yards. Now 1st and 10 from the 40-yard line, looking for the tight end, O.J. Howard, for his first reception of the game. Now on 1st and 10, Nelson with the ball, making a nice run there, making sure to keep distance between the defenders before they finally close down on him with some good running. And 2nd and inches, it sets up, and he finds Scott Miller, who just isn't able to turn upfield and get in for the touchdown. He's stopped at the 2-yard line by Keanu Neal. And now a quick pass to Godwin, who looked like he had a touchdown, but wasn't able to hold on, and we settled for a field goal. But on 2nd and 10, looking for play action, Levante David didn't bite, not even for half a second. A sack sets up 3rd and 18, and Vita Vea with the sack, forcing the ball out, and that is him playing for that contract, what we talked about before the game. 4th and 26, having to punt to Wilson. Can he maybe do something here on this punt return? He's got the speed. He gets around the outside of one man. He's got a couple to beat right now. Wilson is knocked out of bounds at the 39-yard line. 2nd and 11. Watson in trouble again. A corner blitz. We never do a good enough job of picking those up, and that ends the drive there. The score's still 13-10, and Matt Ryan goes down again, and it's Vita Vea again. 3rd and 11, it sets up from the 24-yard line, looking for a quick completion, but a big hit coming from Jamel Dean. 1st and 10 from the 44-yard line now for the Buccaneers, and Watson throwing it over the top of the linebackers, dropping it into Scott Miller for a nice completion. 3rd and 10, needing another nice throw, instead throwing it too far inside, looking for Godwin. Probably shouldn't have thrown it in the first place. And Isaiah Oliver, his 2nd interception, matched up against Chris Godwin as they try on 3rd and 6 to go for a screen, but Levante David was all over it. So back with the ball, Walter Nelson running for a 1st down. 1st and 10 from the 35 after the run. Watson rolling out to the right, letting it go to Mike Evans for a 1st down at the 50-yard line. 1st and 10, a handoff to Darius Guice, who gets stopped just short of picking up a whole 10 on that run. 2nd and 1. Watson in some trouble and sacked again. This the 3rd sack for Alexander. 3rd and 10, looking for Scott Miller, who picks up the first down. One of the criticisms I said before is he's decent, he runs some nice routes, but he doesn't convert into too many first downs. This game, he's gotten a bunch of first downs as we look over the middle to O.J. Howard, who makes that catch in some seriously heavy traffic. And Darius Geis runs through some heavy traffic through the back of some nice blocks. And now on 1st and 10, looking for Godwin at the corner. Not getting him, and now handing the ball off to Darius Geis. Can he finish it? No, he gets stopped short at the 2-yard line. Sets up 3rd and goal. Looking back to Chris Godwin, getting the touchdown on a slant route. Chris Godwin just lost his defender straight away. Was open there for Deshaun Watson to hit. Now 1st and 10, and Julio Jones is injured exactly when they need him the most. 10 points down, less than 2 minutes in the game, but they go back to that reliable tight end, Seals Jones, once again. 1st and 10 from the 48-yard line. Ryan with enough time, looking for, you guessed it, it's Seals Jones again. 2nd and 4 now from the 22-yard line. 45 seconds left in this game. Looking for Calvin Ridley, who makes the catch. Justin Evans shoulda put some pressure on him in making that catch. Shoulda hit him at least after making the catch, but he didn't. But they don't get the onside kick, so this run, the timeout after it, a complete waste of time, and we'll go on to win this game 20-17. And now we look at some of the upgrades we got after that game, and it was a seriously good game. Chris Godwin, Devin White, the right side of our offensive line, everybody's getting upgraded after that one. Now Chris Godwin getting upgraded, of course, is just great for us, considering that we've already got the 92 rated Mike Evans. Now we've got an 87 rated Chris Godwin. Devin White getting better and better, and Levante David hasn't slowed down whatsoever since last year. And of course, the right side, both of those guys, well, they don't actually both go up to 80 overalls. I believe it's Malcolm Tyson who doesn't quite go up because it's the wrong style. But as we talk about Malcolm Tyson, our right tackle, we continue to look at the offensive line when we scout players. That's something that we will want to be improving. No matter what, we'll always be looking for some better offensive linemen. Although we're pretty good right now, we still allow some more simple sacks, let's say, than we should. Now, Deshaun Watson, of course, could be using his legs more. Maybe we'll start to work that in a little bit. It's not the most Bruce Arians-esque thing in the world to expect his quarterback to start running around, but maybe with the talent that Deshaun Watson has got, we'll consider building that in as we now look at this scouting. And there's nothing else that happens apart from some scouting because of the bye week between now and playing against the Falcons. Now, I should mention, we were asked by Levante David, do you want to, take some extra time off or take some extra time to prepare? And I thought, we just played against the Falcons, which means we've already done all of the normal preparation we would do. We've got these extra days to just add the extra bits we learned from the last game because we already looked at everything else. So we can take some extra time off, give these guys a little bit of a morale boost going into this next game. And let's see how we handle the Falcons in back-to-back games with only a bye week in between. And the opening kickoff just goes out the back of the end zone. Now we've got some bad weather here in Tampa as they start exactly the way they finished the last game, and that is going to the tight end. So 2nd and 7 from the 50-yard line, and they continue on that trend here, getting the first down on 2nd and 7. Now 1st and 10, there was a little bit of problem with the relay there. Again, we see a couple of glitches, probably down to this bad weather in Tampa Bay. That's what it must be. And on 3rd and 1, they go over the middle to Julio Jones, who has recovered from the injury at the end of the last game, but Devin White is the man who knocked that one out. And now we go to our tight end, who tries to hurdle a cornerback there, but doesn't quite get it right, but it's still a nice first down. Now Watson getting plenty of time there, going over the middle to Mike Evans, who gets the catch down at the 25-yard line. And on 2nd and 10, giving the ball to Darius Geis, who's got a lot of space to run, runs through that first man, getting a first down, or rather just shy of the first down, setting up this 3rd and inches as Watson finds Darius Geis on this pass, who gets the first down to the 7. A couple more glitches due to the weather, but Darius Geis with a very nice run there, coming back inside behind his offensive lineman and getting the touchdown, getting away from the one free safety that was shooting down. On 3rd and 3, a chance to stop the Falcons, but we don't make the most of it. Ito Smith with a powerful spin, I call it a powerful spin move, it's a good spin move, an effective spin move, as they get a first down here and another 15 yards for unnecessary roughness, because that was apparently a tackle out of bounds. It is what it is, we'll accept it. And going back again to the tight ends here, and they continue going to tight ends. They have learnt the lesson from the last game. We are struggling to cover the tight ends, even though we have two very good inside linebackers. Now 2nd and goal, and they're looking for a screenplay here, and there's absolutely nothing there. Devin White showing, even if we're struggling to deal with tight ends, we're still hard on running backs. But a bad decision there from the safety. If anybody needs help, it's the guy covering Julio Jones. Jamel Dean unable to help himself there, and Julio Jones gets a touchdown just like he did in the last game. So now the score tied at 7 apiece as Mike Evans tried to go up and get that one, but Trufant knocks it out. 2nd and 10, Watson now looking for OJ Howard, and Trufant again knocking that one out, this time covering a tight end. 3rd and 10, Watson looking for Miller, but a miscommunication, and I think it was Watson's fault rather than Miller's, as he goes inside and Miller goes outside, and they get a catch here for Seals Jones, who breaks out of a lot of contact there. It was Tracy Battle and Lavonte David, and Ricky Seals Jones got out of that one, and now the Falcons are continuing to move downfield. 3rd and 2, a play action that we bit hard on. Seals Jones getting the first down, stopped at the 31-yard line. Now 1st and 10, finding McLeod Jr., who gets around the outside of Jamel Dean, or rather the inside of him, and gets a touchdown. Now Jamel Dean has been playing pretty well recently, as he's got a bit more of an important role this season, but unfortunately he has allowed 2 touchdowns in the first half in this game already, and now a interception thrown there. It wasn't a great decision to throw the ball, and the Falcons have a chance to go up 21-7, and it looks like they will do as they continue to move the ball. Another first down there, again with Seals Jones. Matt Ryan this time in a little bit of trouble, and we managed to get the sack with Lavonte David. Now 3rd and 6, a quick pass into Julio Jones, who gets stopped at the 1-yard line, but it sets up 1st and goal from the 1, and Tracy Battle going up for that one. Unfortunately didn't get both feet down as Ito Smith almost got in. It was Vita Vea with the goal line stop. A play action here, and unfortunately it's a touchdown again to a tight end. Well, actually it's the first touchdown to a tight end, but it's a reception to the tight end. Now Miller with a nice catch, but not really doing much after the catch. He's not great after the catch, but he's great at getting open. That's what we've learned with him this season. 1st and 10, and it's a completion to Mike Evans for a first down. Now a little bit of a reverse there for Darius Guys, picking up a nice chunk of yards. 2nd and 6 from the 11-yard line, looking to Chris Godwin. It's a catch he didn't make in the previous game. He makes it in this one. He closes that gap. It's 21-14. 1 minute 19 left in this first half, and Seals Jones again with a first down catch. 1st and 10 from the 44. 1 minute left in this game, and a huge completion to Calvin Ridley. They're now at the 32-yard line, but with only 11 seconds left, and they get a completion here, knocked out of bounds, so the clock will stop. 7 seconds left. They decide to go for it. If we can keep them in bounds, they're not throwing it. Keep them in bounds, and they don't get a chance to score. Lavonte David does exactly that. Stops Seals Jones. So we go into this second half, 21-14, but a chance to level it out here on the first drive of the second half, with plenty of time. Looking for Miller, unfortunately throwing another interception. Deshaun Watson has gone a long time not throwing many interceptions, has thrown multiple in back-to-back games against the Falcons, as Ito Smith with a strong run here may actually go all the way as he's not caught by Devin White, and that just increases the gap. We had a chance to close it entirely, and now it's 28-14 as we keep it on the ground with Darius Guice, who has a nice run there for the first down and plenty more. Looking this time to OJ Howard, who gets another first down. And now on 3rd and 10, 37-yard line, Watson looking for Miller, who gets the first down. He's now turned into that first down threat that we've been wanting. He can turn a third into a first with ease, as Watson looks here for Mike Evans, who was uncovered, gets the first down onto the 7-yard line. 2nd and goal from the 7. Watson with time rolling out, looking now to run. He will just run for it. He gets a nice block there, and he dives into the end zone for a touchdown, making this 28-21, a chance to narrow the gap again. But the Falcons right now, we've got absolutely no ideas on how to stop them, as Ridley gets out of that and just gets stopped. A little bit of redemption there from Jamel Dean, as he stops probably another touchdown happening right then. And on 3rd and 8, it's an incomplete pass, so we get away with it. They only settle for a field goal. 10-point deficit. We're going deep downfield for Mike Evans, who isn't able to make the catch and gets called for offensive pass interference. So a 1st and 20 now, looking for OJ Howard, who makes the catch over the top of Isaiah Oliver. Now I think we just realized that OJ Howard is probably our best way to attack them, as we go back to him again for another first down. 1st and 10 from the 50. Deshaun Watson is really enjoying throwing the ball to OJ Howard, as he does it for a 3rd time in a row. 1st and 10 from the 36-yard line. Watson again again, getting plenty of time in the pocket, finding Miller there. Not quite a first down from him, but a nice completion for about 8 yards. 1st and 10 from the 23, looking for Howard. He's unable to make the catch in some heavy traffic. 2nd and 10 from the 23-yard line. Watson looking for Mike Evans, who makes the catch. He loses the ball at the 5. It's the last thing you want to happen in the 4th quarter, down 10 points, to lose the ball at the 5-yard line. A chance potentially for a safety. We didn't take advantage, and now a big first down from Calvin Ridley takes it down to the 20. 2nd and 10, looking for that corner route, and they get it for another first down. Now at the 41-yard line, really turning this around, and absolutely no chance, looks like it right now, for us to get back into this game, as they just won't be stopped. Ito Smith with a big run there down to the 20-yard line. We were at the 5 just a few minutes ago as Matt Ryan looks over the middle, a completion to Calvin Ridley for the touchdown, and that may just be the nail in the coffin, but not for this team who has got plenty of guts. And now we go for it. 4th and 10, 38-21. We've got to get a first down here, looking for OJ Howard, who cannot get it, and it's looking less and less likely that we'll get back into this game. We're struggling to stop anything right now. We can't stop the run, but we stopped that kick. They went for a field goal. It's blocked by the rookie Poole. Noah Spence picks it up. Noah Spence in a foot race. It looks like he may just win. Noah Spence into the end zone for the touchdown. Is this what we need? A blocked field goal attempt, a recovery by Noah Spence, and now 3rd and 11 for the Falcons, and Jamel Dean with the interception. He allowed 2 touchdowns to start this game, and at a crucial moment, 2 minutes and 9 seconds left, Jamel Dean jumps in front of Julio Jones for the interception, and this may just turn this game around. A 10-point deficit. Deshaun Watson under center, looking for OJ Howard, who just didn't manage to get it there. Unfortunately, we won't get a good view of that replay, but his one foot was out. 3rd and 10, looking for Mike Evans, who gets the catch. Trufant chasing. Trufant misses. Mike Evans into the end zone for the touchdown. Closes the gap to 4 points. This extra point to make it a field goal. It goes wide right. It gets pushed by the wind. And so it's a 4-point game with only 1 minute 30 seconds left, and a stop on 3rd down there by Vita Vea. Now the Buccaneers have the ball after a strong punt. It's to Miller. It's 4 points. 50 seconds, 71 yards to go. Deshaun Watson looking for Mike Evans, who gets the ball and gets out of bounds. So it stops the clock. 3rd and 6, 16 seconds left. Watson looking to the sideline to OJ Howard, who makes the catch, gets out of bounds. 1st and 10 from the 33-yard line. Only 10 seconds left. Trying to force it to Godwin. It's picked off. It was unlikely to ever happen. If we would have got the extra point, we could have gone for the field goal, but instead forced to try and get a touchdown. Deshaun Watson is forced into the situation of trying to get the ball to a receiver. Looks for Godwin. Unfortunately, Ricardo Allen was there waiting for it. Now, we do get an upgrade to Mike Evans a week after we get an upgrade to Chris Godwin, so it's a great thing in that sense, but we just lost the game we shouldn't have done at home to the Falcons. Now, this is what I talked about before the game, and I genuinely didn't know what would happen when I was thinking who gets the bigger advantage in that second game, and it was the losing team that came back significantly stronger. But to be fair, we should have been able to stop it. They came back doing what they did at the end of the first game, throwing to their tight end, and they did it again and again and again and again, and then threw touchdowns to a couple of other guys. The defense significantly stepped up towards the end, but they weren't really good enough either, so we need to see a little bit more from them. They're still on a interception streak, I'm pretty sure. I know it was missing from the first Falcons game, but I'm 94% sure there was an interception in that game that I somehow managed to lose. But they're still on a hot streak of playing very well when it comes to turning the ball over. But the last 2 games, they didn't do too well just stopping those teams absolutely racking up yards. So against the Saints and Panthers, it will be a slightly different challenge, as both of those teams really obviously running through Alvin Kamara and Christian McCaffrey, especially with position changes around them. The receiver position not as strong for the Saints anymore. So we'll have to see how they play. It's a chance for the defense to get back into a rhythm of not letting offenses just completely go crazy against us in terms of yards and points in the last game. But that is it for this episode. There will be another one coming out next week. I can guarantee that because I've got the time to get it done now. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you again soon.